I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, Waharakah, Quadash to the elect. This is Isaiah 14:4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Talking about America. All right, in the Bible, America is known as Babylon, or Babylon is known as America, rather. The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and the scepter of the rulers. Because who is ruling this place, man? The so-called white man. He's the one who makes the laws, from these elites, the Chaldeans on down, man, to the to the average mayors or congressmen of a certain state. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. Okay, now, whenever we read something pertaining to the wicked or Esau, it's first going into Israel, man. Of course, all the people, but predominantly Israel. Now, I came across this article in RT, sagging pants, trend or trouble. See what it says.
In most urban neighborhoods across America, this is a familiar sight.
I wear my pants like this because it's basically just swag, you know what I'm saying? TV, you know what I'm saying? See it on TV, just,
My drawers cost money. So, yeah, you want to show your drawers?
But on this U.S. Airways flight, a college football player showing his drawers brought the pilot out of the cockpit.
My pants are up, son. I ain't do nothing with nobody. I know mine. Come on, in pajamas, son.
20-year-old Deshaun Marmon was then arrested and escorted off the plane. Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz says it was no accident.
I believe he is a victim of discrimination and that his civil rights were violated because others similarly situated that fly airplanes and may be dressed in quote-unquote inappropriate dress or unusual dress were not targeted as he was.
The sagging pants on this young man led to this awkward exchange with the police officer patting him down.
He's shaking, kind of like nervous.
cold outside.
Yeah, it's cold?
Yeah.
What's the hair? That's your penis. All right. Sorry about
Fuck.
that.
These young men, not sorry at all.
Our clothes, it's not like we naked. And you shouldn't even be looking at our what? While we walking.
Does it automatically mean you're trouble if you sag your pants?
Nah, that don't mean you trouble. That just mean you got nice little attitude, like little swag to your lean. You got a little pimp lean to it. You got a lean, rockin' lean.
Let's show you how Jake is going, man. Jake is fucking going. And the scripture also, this video also goes to show you how it's through the spirit, because I just actually started playing this, and it also goes to show you how Esau will go out of his way, man. Here it is. You never really see when you go on a plane, for brothers that have flew before, you never really see the pilot come out of the cockpit, unless it's for emergencies, man. He might have to talk to the stewardess or something like that. Oh, really, the stewardess might will go and see him, But it says sagging pants, trend of trouble. All right, and then when you watch this video, it goes to show you what also that really the sagging pants, it goes towards Jake, because it talks about people in the urban neighborhoods, which is you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You're the ones in the urban neighborhoods. All right. It says sagging pants are still a trend. All those sagging pants, and I heard this from somebody. Sagging spelled backwards is niggas. So even if you see a so-called white boy sagging, guess what? You would assume that he's been watching BET or a hip hop video, man. Because that's even Jake said that, man. Their influence is these these rappers, man. So how much more these weaker nations, man? One reason they're weaker, all right, they're weaker in the mind. All right, so just to read on, it says, although sagging pants is not a new trend, lawmakers around the country are proposing and passing laws to try to crack down on it. Okay, so like I said, and then it goes on to say, when you think about some of the major issues going on these days, there are so many issues: the economy, the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, political corruption. But apparently, there was another thing so many lawmakers and people in position of focus seem to be focused on: sagging pants. And that goes back to the scriptures, man. That's how we know, all right, about Jacob and Esau. That Israel, because this fight goes back to day one, okay, with Jacob and Esau. This is Genesis chapter 25 and verse 22. Actually, I'm gonna start at 21. Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. So this story about Isaac and Rebekah, how Rebekah wasn't able to have kids, and then after Isaac prayed for her or whatever, she was able to have kids. Okay, so her kids is gonna go into it. It says, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So even though they come from the same mother and the same father, all right, technically they're both Hebrews, all right, but the Most High is dealing with the Hebrew Israelites, man. Because what you had Esau and Jacob, man. Jacob name was changed to Israel, man. That's where you get the Hebrew Israelites, man. And then Esau is a Hebrew Edomite, you know. So this just goes to show you, even from day one, man, until now, man, Esau and Jacob has always been struggling together in the womb. Okay, Esau and Jacob has always been struggling together in the womb, man. And even today, man, spiritually, they're struggling together in this world. Like the article said, man, amidst all these major issues that's happening, Esau chooses to go out of his way to make a law about sagging pants. It is not a new trend, but a whole lot of new laws are being proposed and even passed to try to change the trend. In Florida, State Senator Gary Siplin was at an Orlando school just the other day passing out 200 belts to high school boys so they could keep their pants up. Also last week, Billy Joe Armstrong, the frontman of the band Green Day, was kicked off a flight for sagging his pants too low. In most urban neighborhoods across America, it's quite common to see younger people's underwear. That's because the trend of sagging pants and jeans, thought to have started in jail, has not gone away. I wear my pants like this because it's basically like swag, said Washington, D.C. resident Kalia Garnier. You see it on TV, she said. Alright, so of course that's a dyke. But in June, University of New Mexico football player Deshaun Marmon was kicked off U.S. Airways flight for his appearance. Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz, chairman of the New Black Panthers, said it was no accident. I believe he's a victim of discrimination and his civil rights were violated because others similarly situated that fly airplanes and may be dressed in quote unquote inappropriate dress or unusual dress were not targeted as he was, he said. Another DC resident who goes by Taz said he wishes people would pass less attention to sagging pants. But you can't, man, because niggas stand out. And in a nutshell, this is what Esau's saying. Look, I can't sleep until I pass laws on you niggas, man. Let's see if I can get that. Because from Genesis all the way to Revelation, Jacob is about Jacob and Esau. Jacob and Esau. Alright? Jacob and Esau, man. Alright? From Genesis the 4th chapter, man. Because we know through the scriptures, through the understanding of our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, alright, through Yahweh Shai, has given us that Esau goes back to Cain, man. All right, Cain slew his brother Abel. All right, and his blood was crying out to the earth, man. Then you fast forward until Jacob and Esau. All right, when you go to Genesis 27 chapter, um Esau got mad because Jacob supplanted him for the blessing, and then from that day on, all right, he would give. He swore that his father Isaac will have no rest because he's gonna go and pursue his brother Jacob, man. You know, he's gonna go and pursue his brother Jacob. All right, so this is Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not unless they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, and unless they cause some to fall. You know, and that's Esau's unrighteous decrees, man. The scriptures say, woe unto you that decree unrighteous decrees and write mischief by law. That's mischief, man. You know? Yeah, I mean, at the same time, Jake shouldn't be sagging. But the point still stands how Esau will really guard his way, man. He could be in the midst of World War III, spending all his money, you know what I'm saying, on spending all his money on wars going bankrupt, but he'll still find some way to keep these jails open for niggas, man. Because Esau hates Jake. All right? And that goes for all the tribes, man. But we know Judah is the top tribe, so they represent the nation of Israel, man. Okay, it says Deuteronomy 28:33. You know, because Judah, I mean, well, you got Judah and then you got Israel, Salakia. Judah is being the north, I mean, the southern tribe, all right, so-called blacks, Haitians and West Indians, and you got Israel, so-called southern tribes, consists of the so-called Latinos and the native Indians, man. But at the same time, everything that Judah does, it's I mean, Israel, the northern so-called Hispanics will follow, man. So that's why I made that statement on how Judah is basically he's a catalyst, man, for the whole world, you know. And right now is to the fact of Esau pushing laws, man, you know. So this is Deuteronomy 28:33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. You know, and like I said, when you fast forward time from Cain and Abel, Jacob and Esau, and even we fast forward time to when our people came in contact with these Edomites, man, in the time of Rome. You know what I'm saying? When the siege of Jerusalem, you had in the time of Cristobal Colon with Israel. You know what I'm saying? That was a people whose nation we did not know of, man. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures, I believe, in the same chapter, it speaks about how a nation gonna come up into us, whose language we knew not, man. You know, our people were speaking different forms of Hebrew, where you had these like for the Latin tribes, you had our people who were speaking. I mean, you had Esau who came, from Spain and different parts of Europe. We didn't understand their language, so that was prophecy, man. It says, "The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up." So, like I said, that would be considered a nation who we know not. And thou shalt be oppressed and crushed always. And we will be oppressed and crushed always, man. All right, and we oppressed in America, man. All right, we are oppressed in America, man. You know, even though our people don't know who they are, you have a lot of Edomites don't know that they're Edomites. The spirit, all right, is still out there. That the so-called white people hate the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I'm trying to find that precept just to going down to Deuteronomy 28. and Slovakia. I want to say it's 40 something. A nation whose language thou know not. Oh, okay. Deuteronomy 28:49. Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of kin or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. Because that's what Esau does too, man. Esau will, like as he did in the olden days, man, constantly oppressing our people, man. Like Sharif father said in Menace Society, the hunt is on and you're the prey. So we're constantly being the prey. Here it is, Esau will push us in the corners, in the ghettos, give us take away jobs, man, put guns and drugs in our neighborhoods, and then create laws to where if you have a gun, or if what I'm saying, if you're committing a crime, then you are to go to jail, man. Okay, and that's him going into Deuteronomy 28:52, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, wherever we live, until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which Yahweh thy God hath given thee. Jumping down, just going through some of these curses, man, and showing you, give you better understanding of how we understand that even to this very day, these curses follow us. It says Deuteronomy 28:62. And ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of Yahweh thy power. And our people constantly being killed, shot down by the cops, man. And it shall come to pass that as Yahweh rejoice over you to do good and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it, because he put the so-called white man, his sword, over us, according to Psalm 17:13. And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which you got a lot of our people in Islam, which neither thou or thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. You got a lot of our people in Catholicism, the Christianity church, which is not according to the scriptures. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. Our people working 2 and 3 jobs, just to send their kids to college to be amongst these devils, man. But Yahweh shall give thee a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. All right. And no matter what our people do, they still on the bottom. You could have a Jake, I like to say in the world, a brother he could be a CEO, a president of a company, man. But guess what? You still got these Edomites talking down to him, man. I was just talking to somebody about that the other day, man. You even have like Northern, right? They'll be working at a job, because you got a lot of our Northern that look like Edomites, man. A lot of our brothers, they may look like Edomites, man. But when it come to find out they're Jake, now Esau don't know how to act around them. They treat them differently. Because these Edomites don't like you, man. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and thou shalt have none assurance of thy life. You got them, classic hood movies, Menace to Society. Our people constantly being shot down, man. Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. That's the life of an Israelite, man, at this point in time, because our people chose not to follow the Heavenly Father. Hey, so with that, I want to say all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Like I said, man, just a little quick video about how the oppressor Esau does not cease, man, and he's constantly, putting hell or he's constantly putting hell on Jake. Hey, so with that, shalom.